Happy Halloween, everybody. It's week 4. It's Halloween week. I can't believe it. It's insane. And wow. I tell you, this day has just not stopped for me. I don't know about you guys. I know I got some hard workers out there. But man, let me just tell you, this day, it's just been non-freaking stop. But and hold on, let me make sure. See, I went out and I bought a LAN cable, because if you remember, our problems that we had last week were kind of a pain in the butt, you know, with the lagging and all that stuff. So as we're starting this, let me know if you guys are still having the lagging problems, because I bought this for you guys, okay? I wanted to get a LAN cable, 50 foot, ran it to my router, and it's over here now, plugged into the computer, and so hopefully we don't have those same problems. But how are you beautiful people doing? Can you believe this is freaking Halloween week? Can you believe it? Jesus, it's crazy. Let me say some hellos. By the way, I got my my Jamie Lloyd shirt on. Let me show you. Jamie Lloyd, right? I got that at Spooky Empire a couple years ago. If you've been to a horror convention, you look at the merch. The people don't talk about the merch room as much as they need to, because yeah, the celebrity room's all fine and dandy and it's great and everything, but man, let me tell you, the merch room is where it's at. Like, you could get lost for days in the merch room. And just to get an idea of what you get in the merch room, I know a couple of, like Destiny just went to a convention, so she probably knows what I'm talking about. But when you go into that merch room, there's like everything. You're gonna see like all these Jason masks that have like maybe Joker makeup on and stuff like that. You're gonna see t-shirt vendors everywhere. You're gonna see Blu-rays and DVDs, all horror. And I've bought a few. Like, every time I go, I always buy a few Blu-rays. You know, it's just a fun time. You got to get some swag, right? And so I always have a great time going to those horror conventions. And it's like the horror family reunion. You know, it's even though you've never unioned before, but it's like a get together. You know, you actually get to see horror fam face to face. Every time I've ran into a few people from like Killer Flicks, people that, you know, you just like run into each other, like, oh my god, I know your face. And so it's so cool to like run into people like that. But what was I talking about? I got off on a rant here. Jesus. Nathan Fincher, Zach Pullman, CWG54, Robbie Kozel, Destiny, there she is. Destiny was just on Jason Nike's channel, actually. Watched a little bit of that. Good stuff. She was actually doing makeup throughout the stream, which was really cool. Taffer, Felix Martinez Craft, Shake and Bake, Erica, how are you doing? Mike Bragg, Kevin Wrightson, crew member, a lot of familiar faces. Michael Facci. I don't know if Mike wants me to say this, but I'm going on his channel. I think we planned for like November 11th. And we're just going to shoot the shit. I'm going to go on Mike Facci's channel. We're going to shoot the shit. It's going to be cool. Chris Snyder, what's up, man? I know November 2nd, you guys got the Stream Demons. That's going to be Destiny, Chris Snyder, Jason Nike, Facci, and help me out, guys. There was one other. I don't want to miss a name, but that's cool. It's cool that you guys are all getting together. Titans of horror, just talking horror. It's really cool. Really cool. I got something I wanted to play for you guys, just to get you in the spirit. I'm not going to play the Halloween Kills teaser, okay? So I know some of you might not. Some of you are avoiding any kind of Halloween Kills footage. You're going to try to hold out for a year, and so that's what Filthy Dan. Thank you very much, Filthy Dan. So. Right now I'm going to play something that's just going to make you feel nice and giddy inside, okay? Just something real quick. It's going to make you feel nice and giddy. So here we go. It looks like I'm not having problems with the lag either. I like that. Have I stopped talking? Hold on. Let me get this up for you guys. Hold on. Let me go get it. It's over here. I'll give you a hint. It's in my funnies. All right. I'm going to give you a funnies primer. Okay. This is a funnies primer for you guys. So let me get this up. Hold on. Let me fix this. I want you to see every second of this. I don't want you to miss a second. All right. Here we go. Something for you guys. Just because I love you guys. This is my present to you guys. All right. Where am I at? I got too many windows open. Too many windows. You guys ever have that problem? Too many windows? I still don't know where I'm going. Okay, I got to go to OBS. That's right. All right. Opening video. Here we go. All right, here we go.
What's going on?
Wow is right. Is this all you need or what? All the time.
In this institution. And he prays. Oh my God.
I grew up loving He-Man. Like, He-Man was my favorite toy. I never made it this far, so we're all in this together now. There's no turning back. It's only got a few seconds. And that's what it's all about, guys. What's going on? What's going on? All right, let me go back over here. We're having too much fun. Hold on. Let's see a super chat. Taryn Coleman, thank you. That deserves a tip. Yeah. I mean, can you beat freaking let me tell you a story too, man. I tell you, growing up, like when I was probably before my like tweens, I like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe was everything to me. Like I bought all the toys. I had Manny Faces. I had He-Man, I had Faker, I had Skeletor, Triclops, all of them. I was just so freaking... And a lot of you younger watchers right now, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Probably. I mean, you probably never heard of He-Man, but you don't know the glory of, like, He-Man in the early 80s. And that was the cartoon. I used to come home from school and I'd watch that cartoon. And it made me happy. Made me very happy. So, hell yeah. It was awesome. And a lot of kids were Star Wars kids, and I was a Star Wars kid, but I was really a He-Man kid. I loved He-Man. So, what do we got to drink today? I'm going to tell you about the schedule for tonight, all right? I know some of you are thinking, because I just dropped my Halloween Kills teaser trailer reaction, okay? I'll probably do a more in-depth reaction this weekend. I'm not going to talk about that too much in this stream, okay? I'm not against talking about it, but I'm just saying I had an agenda, and I definitely want to talk about the movies that we watched for the week. I will be talking some Halloween, though. I'm going to be talking Halloween 1 and 2 for sure, because I watched those two movies this week, had a freaking blast with them, had a little bit of a revelation in terms of Halloween 2. So, yeah, we're gonna talk about all that stuff. But just in general, are you guys happy for all that you guys that saw the trailer? Are you happy? That's all I want to know. Are you happy? Was that what you needed to wet your whistle for the year? I'm just curious. Let me read a few of your comments. Okay, hold on. Kevin Riley says my parents' house. He-Man toys are still there. When I drop my sons off to spend the night, I play with them before going back home. As you should, good sir. As you should. Got some orange Fanta and some Dragonberry rum. Nice. Watched Halloween 5 and remembered why I would hardly watch that one. Erica, I agree with you. Halloween 5 is a bad movie, but for some reason, it's one of those movies that just I keep coming back to it. I love it so much. I don't know why. It's bad. If you tell me it's bad because of this, and this, I can't argue with you. You are absolutely right. But for some reason, I want to squeeze my nipples when I watch it. I just have such a great time with that freaking movie. I have a blast. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm laughing at it and I'm having so much fun with it. Why did I say I'm squeezing my nipples? It makes no sense whatsoever. Because it's trailer day. That's why. Remember the last trailer for Halloween 2018 was the first time I said "feel these nipples," and I think that's when "feel these nipples" started. Like people started when they talked to me. For some reason, they felt the need to put "feel these nipples" in there. Okay, now, I didn't create "feel these nipples." That came from Basketball. I don't know if you guys have seen Basketball. That's a funny ass movie. But yeah, feel these nipples. All right. Tina. Let's see. Hold on. You like Tina, don't you, Desi? See, some Halloween 5. That's the thing about Halloween 5. It causes chatter, right? It causes chatter. So it's one of the movies that you can have a freaking talk about that freaking movie all day long. It's nice. So if you remember last week, we did the funnies, I think in the middle of the show, and I think it got out of hand, okay? And that's my fault. I let it stretch out for too long, and then it stretched out for so long that we didn't have that much time to go into what we were watching. We literally had like 15 minutes, I think, to go through what we were watching. So we're going to save the funnies for the end tonight, okay? Because this is the last week of Halloween. I want to talk about what you guys have watched. I want to talk about what I watched. Also, as per usual, I usually have a few things of business to attend to at the beginning of these. First off, Ethan Rowe, him and his fiance get a shout out. So I wanted to give them a shout out. I told Ethan, yeah, of course I'll give you a shout out. So Ethan Rowe, there's your shout out. I put a little killer. I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, Killer Flicks Halloween posts. I'll talk about that in a minute. I do have some music to play for you guys. You know what? I'll go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna play this song. It's been on my head, and I gotta play it this week because it's Halloween, like Michael Myers related. All right. So let me play this song for you guys real quick. Let me pull it up. Let me go to my Spotify. All right, I've been wanting to play this song for 2 years for you guys, and now I can finally do it, okay? Are you ready for this? It's Halloween related. Here we go. Let's freaking rock. Tell me if you know what this is.
Incalculated silence.
The first one that says what this is gets a high five right now.
15 years ago today. Oh, an evil evolution will bring a feeble instant.
Let's just listen to this, enjoy it. Let's just enjoy it.
Oh, doctor, can't you see?
This is about, listen to the words too. This is about Michael Myers. High five, Chris Snyder. You got the high five. These are the devil's eyes. You're going to hear some cues from the music of Halloween too, like coming up right here. Right here.
When the hands of fate fall on the midnight hour, and this
I want to take him out of the box so he can just dance for you guys.
devil's power, there's life in the shadow. Let the light leave its mark, where the certainty of safety feels like
Stabbing in the dark. All right, yeah, that's enough. I just wanted to get you guys to the chorus, okay? What a freaking song, right, guys? If you haven't heard that song before, it is, you already know from the chat, it's Ice Nine Kills, Stabbing in the Dark. Get the whole album, okay? Because every song is related to a different horror movie. There's a song for Jaws on there. There's a song for Halloween. There's a song for Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. They released a song after for Scream. And so there's so many, like Saw has a song on there, and man, it's just such a great freaking album. And if you're a horror fan, it's a bonus. They're a kick-ass band, as you can tell, but man, what a freaking song. Love it. There's a video for it on YouTube too. So yeah, Ice Nine Kills. Let me look at my other notes here. Do I want to talk about that right now? Why did I write? Oh, I got a short that I want to watch. It's under 3 minutes long. It kind of took the horror community by storm over the last week. I received a DM from the creator of this. It's called Halloween is Canceled. It's a little bit, it's related to what's going on right now. So let's pull that up and let's give it a watch together real quick. This is the first time I've ever seen it, by the way, so you'll get my live reaction, okay? Have you guys seen this? Halloween is Canceled? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so let me get you guys set up. Let me get you guys situated. Would it be over here? Yeah, okay, so let's click on that and let's make sure that you guys can see that on your end. Okay, so if let me lessen this window a little bit right here. Yeah. All right, so this is a short. Let me look up the info on this real quick. The night we stayed home. The channel is Andrew Cash, I guess you could say. So check out his channel. But yeah, this is 211,000 views already. So let's see what this whole thing's about. Okay, let's check it out. Ooh, I like that. Like, what? He filmed this in Pasadena, as you can tell. Nobody to kill. It's so cool that he filmed it right there in Pasadena. God, there's the school too. Damn, that's badass.
What do you think you're doing? A mask? Do you actually believe that by wearing that mask you're saving lives? Wake up! That mask is actually compromising your health. But you would know that if you were able to think for yourself. Do the research. It's all part of the partisan plan. The masters out there trying to keep us obedient. Do you know what happens when you breathe your own CO2? And what about poor people like me that can't even wear a mask because we have breathing problems?
Kill her. Please kill her.
You don't believe me? I have a doctor's note. And you know what? It's actually illegal for you to ask me for it. And don't even get me started on a vaccine. Do you know how many billions of toxins there are in them? Have you ever Googled the autism rate? And they're going to force us to take it? Oh my God. No, not me. Never, mister. Never. Because you know why? We have this thing. It is called an immune system. It is God's great, big, beautiful breathing system. Maybe you've heard of it. Or did you not believe in it because it's fake news, huh? Everything's fake.
Yes. I think that was the H2O mask. Just because you could see the eyes. It wasn't really. It was a Halloween 2 mask. I'm just kidding. That's great. Oh, man. Hey, the next video was Phantom Empire. All right, nice. What's up, Phantom Empire? Sean, how you doing, buddy? All right, let me get you guys back over here. Hold on. That was fun. Okay. All right, let me check my agenda here. I got more. Hold on. Let me get everybody situated over here. Okay. So, how's your guys' week going so far? Anything fun and crazy going on for you guys? Are you shocked that we're almost through with October? And how many of you guys are seeing Christmas decorations now? Is that happening in your lay of the land? Are you seeing Christmas decorations? I know Bessie, she saw Christmas decorations. So, it's crazy. Like, Halloween's come and gone. But I will say, I have enjoyed this October. I have taken the time to, I guess, smell the horror roses and watch a movie every night. You know, like, it seems like every year it's tough to do it. But yeah, this year I made the time and I made sure I watched as much as I could. Robbie Colesville, have you been watching? Yeah, I peek in on Wham from time to time. Hell yeah, freaking love Mike and Jay. Nicest freaking guys ever. I've said it many times before. Mike and Jay are pretty much like, they were the catalyst for Drumdums. They were the guys that I saw and I said, I want to hang with those guys. I want to do what they're doing. So I got to give a lot of credit to Mike and Jay for sure. And you know what? Major props to them for they've been doing this for I'm guessing almost 10 years now. And they're like, among the horror community, I think they're among the best. I really do. I still think they're among the best. And I think as far as like getting the audience to laugh, working the audience, oh my God, those guys are hilarious. They're so freaking hilarious. I love Mike and Jay to death. So definitely going to be doing another Hallow Stream Kills. I don't know when. I don't know if this 30-second trailer that we saw is enough for us to. I'll have to get with them, and cause if they want to do it, I'll do it. But I don't. You know, I'm kind of up in the air about it. You know, I want it to be like jam packed. Let me see. Todd Fair says, when the leaked H-Kill script came out online, did you see? No, I don't watch leaked anything for the most part. I'm trying to think back. You know, I don't want to lie to you, but I'm sure I've probably watched bootleg type stuff before. But like, if there was a Halloween Kills leak, I wouldn't watch it. Unless everybody and their brother was watching it, and I'm like, okay, I might as well watch it now because everybody's freaking watching it. But and if it was like a pirated copy that looks like, you know, some guy standing up in the no, there's no way. I don't like that shit. You know, when I was deployed, that was pretty much the only way we could watch stuff is those pirated copies, and I think that made me hate them. Get this, guys. I saw the first Avengers. Remember how big that movie was and how everybody wanted to go see it in the theaters? The first time I saw the Avengers, it was a pirated copy because I was deployed to 2012. I was in Afghanistan at the time. Can you imagine that? The first time you see a movie like Avengers, it's a pirated copy. It hurt to watch a pirated copy of the Avengers, you know? But yeah, so George Hellman says, still waiting for cinemas to reopen, but asking of restrictions have lifted my spirits. Yeah, man, you know, you got to look for everything to lift your spirits these days, because it's grim out there. It's freaking tough. A lot of countries are getting this thing under control. It seems like it, and it seems like our country is having the worst time with it. I don't know. I am not the most political guy at all. I'll say that right now. And I don't know compared to other countries how we're doing, but I know we're doing really poorly. I just know that. So it's pretty much up to us to get this thing under control. And, you know, I've been saying that. Everybody's been saying that for freaking months now. So, so we did the Halloween canceled short. I got a couple news items here. But let me attack this first. In Killer Flicks, if you are in Killer Flicks, I should do this more often too, you know. I don't really talk that much about like a progress report for Killer Flicks. I don't really do that much in these, and this is my platform to do it, I guess, if I wanted to, right? To maybe talk about what's going on, what I like, what I don't like. Most of what I see is what I love in Killer Flicks. But I will say this. I'd say for years, actually, we've had a problem with Halloween posts. I take a lot of the blame for that, because a lot of people come to Killer Flicks because they see my videos. And what's my favorite franchise? Halloween. So obviously, I'm going to get some Halloween fans in Killer Flicks, okay? Full disclosure, when I started Killer Flicks, I didn't start it to be a Halloween group. I wanted to just talk horror, you know? But I think something happened along the way, and we would get people that they would just post Halloween like nonstop, and it did frustrate some people in the forum. Not everybody, but it frustrated some people. And so this is years back, and it's a problem that we've had. I hate to call it a problem. I mean, you love Halloween. There's nothing wrong if you love Halloween at all, but when you're in a horror group, you want to have some variety there. I guess I want to have some variety. I don't want to talk about Halloween all day. I don't. So, long story short, you don't have to say long story short. I think I said that last stream, but I created the master thread, just as an experiment. Let's just do a master thread, so that way we can kind of keep the Halloween post at bay. You can still talk about Halloween to your heart's content. Just post it in the master thread. And every day, I will say, I go through that master thread and I see, are people still talking about Halloween, or is this a bad idea? And people post in that thing. Every day, people post in it. So in my mind, it feels like it's working. You know, it doesn't seem like it's a problem. I think the pros far outweigh the cons to having a master thread. Now, of course, there's going to be some people, hey, we're in the month of October. Why can't we talk about Halloween on the main board? And I'm kind of half and half on that. But I think people are still getting plenty of Halloween talk. And another avenue that they have is the 31 Days of Horror thread, which is another thread that I created at the beginning of October. And you can post any Halloween. Like if you watched Halloween during the week, of course, post it. So it gives you another avenue to talk Halloween if you want. But like I said, I think the pros far outweigh the cons. And I think when we do have, open the floodgates, it does seem like the thread does get a little bogged down with mostly Halloween talk, So right now we're trying the master thread. It is a democracy though, and I think if people, shout loud enough, eventually maybe we'll reassess it, reattack it. But right now I think it's working. I like to see other franchises. I like to see Italian horror. I like to see Asian horror. And when I scroll Killer Flicks, that's what I see. I see a good variety of stuff, and I want to keep it that way. So the master thread, I think it helps. I think it's a good thing. Thoughts on Insidious 5 announcement? Happy Halloween. I heard something about that on the bloombloomfest. I like Insidious. I really liked the first movie. Wasn't the biggest fan of the second movie. The third movie I thought was decent. Lee Winnell directed the third one. The last one was okay. So when you tell me that there's going to be an Insidious 5, I'm not running to the mountaintops to shout, and rejoice. I'm happy, and I'll go see it in the theater for sure. But one thing that does annoy me too about Insidious is that, you know how they have like the Darth Maul demon? That's what I call him, the Darth Maul demon. And they only show you like just a snippet of him in like a couple of the movies. Give me a freaking movie with the Darth Maul demon. Give me that. Give me a. I'm not saying you have to show the Darth Maul demon every 10 seconds. You can show him sparingly throughout the movie, but give me a movie about that guy. I find him the most interesting, so why not, right? Bloomfest was today, Robbie. The Bloomfest was, and I got a question for you guys because I didn't watch it. Today they unveiled the Halloween Kills trailer. I mean, I think that's the reason they did Bloomfest. Okay, let's be honest here. Okay, I think Bloomfest would have pretty much been a wasted effort if we didn't have either a Halloween Kills teaser or B, some big substantial Scream 5 news. My question for you guys is, who watched it? Did we get anything Scream 5 oriented? I don't think we got a teaser, but let me know. Did we get anything like substantial for Scream 5? Maybe some new set photos or whatever? Because I've had such a busy day, and I haven't had a chance to really dive online and find out what's going on. Even going in depth into Bloomfest, I haven't had the chance. So. I saw Dino Reviews says, have you watched the behind the scenes feature released of The Conjuring Part 3? It sounded like they had something pretty different lined up. Oh, that's right too. There is Conjuring Part 3 coming out. Is that Conjuring is Warner Brothers though, so they probably didn't do anything for Conjuring, did they? I don't know. So yeah, good question though. Good question. Spyglass doing Scream 5. You know what, Chris? You're right. I think you're right. Maybe that's one. It's funny because you know what threw me off? Here's what threw me off. Jamie Lee Curtis posted on Twitter, and she said it's a Scream, and she put Scream in all caps. So for some reason I was making the connection that they were going to be making some kind of Scream announcement, so I blame Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay, it's not my fault. She put Scream in all caps, and so I thought that's what she was talking about. But then, as Chris said, I guess that makes sense because Scream's not a Universal property. So it's Spyglass. Thank you, Chris. Chris is on top of it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let me see what else. So I talked about the Halloween post. I talked about... I'm going to give you guys a question, okay? Somebody brought this up. Somebody sent me a message, actually, and said, hey, why was the hospital desolate in Halloween 2? Because you remember when you watch Halloween 2, it's like dark and everything in there, and you see it like hardly any nurses, or you definitely don't see any patients, and it's just desolate. And I thought about that. I was like, that's a good question, but I do have an answer. The answer is because the timeline. Okay, let's remember, Halloween 2 takes place on the same night as Halloween, right? They don't tell you the exact time of when everything went down, but we do know that it was pretty late at night when Myers attacked Laurie Strode, and Myers gets shot by Loomis, and he falls down, and then it rolls into part 2. Okay, so my guess is by the time Myers gets to that hospital, they're in the wee hours of the night, probably past midnight, something like that. And I'm thinking that I haven't worked in a hospital, but I've worked in like right now I work in an assisted living facility. They have nurses and whatnot. And I know in the facility I work in the wee hours of the night, it's a skeleton crew pretty much. So that's my guess. I'm thinking that hospital's not going to be that active at freaking 2:00 in the morning. So that was my guess. It's like that clinic down the road from the main hospital. It was about 11 when Ben Tramer died. Yeah, that's a good timestamp right there. Ben Tramer. Don't make me break out the Ben Tramer mask. Don't make me do that. Hold on. You made me do it, though. You made me do it. Halloween, 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 Halloween. I love Halloween. I love Halloween. I'm not ashamed to admit it. There you go. Halloween. Okay? Ben Tramer. Ben Tramer. I like that mask, actually. It's kind of cool, you know? And I think if you... Like, it would be good to wear on Halloween night down the street because that's what Ben Tramer was doing at the time. He was just trick-or-treating. So, you know, that's... I think it makes sense to put this on and just wear it down the street. If I'm being honest. And plus, how many Ben Tramer masks do you see walking down the street on Halloween night? You always see just... You see this guy right here. Hold on. I'm liking not having any lag. So, you see... Yeah, you see this guy. Hold on. Jesus. There he is. Yeah. Although, which one's creepier? It's like I'm in a Myers sandwich. Which one's creepier? This guy or this guy? I don't know. Oh, tell me in the chat. Is it Ben Tramer or is it George P. Wilbur? Halloween 6. I think Halloween 6 is a little creepier looking, if I'm being honest. All right, man, I'm having a great time. It's 8:42 already. Are you shitting me? It's 8:42 already. I swear, my time just flies with you guys. You guys are so freaking awesome. Okay, we got 150 people watching. Are you? That's crazy. Well, it is the last week of Halloween, right? So, but I tell you, you know, I always get nervous before I do these things, but you guys make it easy. You really do. You make it so freaking easy. So, this is your stream. You guys freaking rock. Okay. Let's see. Let me read some of your comments now. Loomis just noticed the mask, but he didn't notice the hair color. Well, Loomis was up. Like, if you remember, after Loomis shoots Myers, when we jump right into Halloween 2, and you see Myers like walking down that back alley, and you see the car. You see Sheriff Brackett's car and Loomis walking around the side of it. And I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. You know, Loomis is fucking stressed. Like, you picture how stressed Loomis is on that night. You know, because in the first Halloween, Loomis isn't that stressed. I mean, he's a little stressed, but he's not that stressed up until the end, I guess, when he shoots Myers. He's pretty calm, cool, and collected for the most part, you know. But he knows how dangerous Myers is, and he's telling Brackett, you know, hey, you need to be prepared, okay? Because death has come to your little town, Sheriff. So compare Loomis in the first one to the second one, okay? After everything went down, Loomis is just completely bonkers crazy. And when he sees Ben Tramer walking across the street, his mind's already occupied with 10 different things, you know? This is the worst night of my life. And then what happens? This dude dressed up in a Myers getup gets slammed against an ambulance. And Loomis has to watch this kid freaking blow up. So I was just thinking, because I watched both movies back to back. And I don't do that as often, even though I have my own cut of most movies. Like, I edited a few things here and there out to make them flow better. But watching them back to back made me appreciate Halloween 2 that much more. So much more that Halloween 2 jumped up 2 spots on my ranking, passing Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and passing Halloween 3. That's how much I love Halloween 2 now. It's number 4 on my it's number 4 on my ranking now. You got Halloween, you got Halloween 4, Halloween 6, theatrical cut, and then Halloween 2. That's the top 4 stacked right now. 2 was number 6, I think, on my ranking. Now it's number 4. And the reason it's number 4 is because watching it back to back with number 1, I appreciated it so much more. The stakes felt bigger, even down to like the score. The score in part 2, the score feels more stressed out than the first score. It feels amped up. This is serious. This is serious business. So, yeah, I couldn't help but jump right into Halloween 2 talk. I wanted to talk about Halloween 2 tonight. And I was going to save that for the portion where we talk about what we're watching, but we don't give a fuck, right, guys? We don't care. We just want to talk about Halloween 2. Emily, have a great night. She's got to get going. Thank you for stopping by. And be safe. Be safe tonight. Okay? All right. So let me go to the next thing. Hold on. Let me pull up some news here for you guys, okay? This is not horror related, but I feel the need to kind of address it. So let me go over here. Hold on. All right. Here we go. This caught my eye. Let me get you guys over here so you can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, here we go. So, this is for the Rocky fans out there. They are doing a Creed 3. I had a feeling they were going to do a Creed 3. I knew that Stallone said that Creed 2 was his last hoorah. Although I don't know if I believe that. Stallone is an impulsive type of guy. And let me ask you guys, here's a question for you guys, okay? Do you think there's a chance we could see Stallone again in the Creed franchise? Not necessarily in 3, but do you think there's a chance we could see Stallone again? Because I think we could see Stallone again. Like I said, I think he stated that like Rocky 5 was going to be the last one. Then he came up with 6. I think he stated that Rambo 3 or 4. No, he stated that Rambo 4 was going to be the last one. He came out with the last Rambo movie, and yeah, I would not be surprised if Stallone comes back again. What do you guys think? Now, Beth talks about Mr. T, and she's probably kidding, but you know what? There were some rumors that the opponent could possibly be Clubber Lang's son. Now that's not even like a rumor. It's just a speculation, like what if. It's a what if. That's not been announced or anything. That's not a leak. So don't take that with a grain of salt. But I think we've done the son angle, too much anyway with the Drago. But I think this is cool because it gives Michael B. Jordan a chance to stretch his directing legs, I think this would be his first feature-length movie that he's ever directed. And you know what? The first thing it made me think about was Stallone. Stallone directed Rocky 2. Originally, John G. Avildsen was going to direct Rocky 2. But what's up, Jason? Got to stop and say hi to Jason. Jason, my brother from another mother. But Jason says, fuck Creed 3. Stop or my grandma will shoot. You stop it. You stop it right now. Get Jason in the corner 5 minutes, okay? In the corner 5 minutes. Jason will be there opening day, guys. I guarantee. Answer that. Here's another question for you. Will Jason Smith be at Creed 3 opening night? If theaters are open. I'm saying yes. I think he'll definitely be there opening night. All right? What was I saying? Okay. Yeah. Stallone directed Rocky 2. Originally, John G. Avildsen, they reached out to him to direct it. John G. Avildsen wanted to take the character into a darker territory. He pretty much wanted to make Rocky an asshole. And Stallone said, hell no. Some neat, what's up, brother? Stallone said, no, that's not the essence of Rocky. Rocky is about positivity. Rocky is inspiration. And so, I think they were looking for a director, and eventually MGM said, here, take this camera. You go direct it. And so Stallone, feet to the fire. He jumped in and he's like, okay, I'll direct this movie. And I think not only did he do such a great job of directing Rocky 2, but he created one of the I'd say one of the best final fights out of the whole franchise in Rocky 2. That fight in Rocky 2, man, it will get your freaking adrenaline pumping like you would not believe. I'll be in your shower tonight. But yeah, I loved Rocky 2, the final fight in Rocky 2. I think Rocky 4 and Rocky 2, those two final fights, oh my God, they're just insane. Insane. But let me read a little bit of that story, okay? Let me read a little bit. Hold on. Michael B. Jordan is reportedly in talks to not only... Should I hit allow? We'd like to show you notifications for the latest news and updates. If I hit cancel, is it going to... I'll hit cancel. Okay. Okay. Not only star, but also direct the third installment of the Creed film series. The news was first reported by Deadline within the context of a larger story about the studio MGM, which produced and distributed Creed 2 in 2018. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to read all that. Hold on. Let me get down to something good. Okay. Back in February, it was reported that the Hollywood Reporter that Zach Balin, the scribe behind the upcoming Will Smith vehicle, King Richard, is penning the script for Creed 3. The movie will continue the saga of Adonis Creed, played by Jordan. The original movie grossed $173 million at the worldwide box office. Second film earned more than $214 million around the world. Another question for you guys. Which did you prefer? Creed 1 or Creed 2? I'll keep reading. He'll next be seen in Tom Clancy's Without Remorse, blah, blah, blah. I don't care to read that. Also announced, blah, blah, blah. I don't care to read that either. Okay, so basically we got the idea. It's been greenlit. They're going to do Creed 3. As far as the story goes, here's what I think the story could be. All right? Here's my speculation of what the story could be. I think, then this is just a guess, but I think this could be, how does Adonis, get on with his life without Rocky there? Because he's sort of been in Rocky's shadow and his father's shadow, Apollo Creed. So not only one, but can you imagine that? You got two shadows to live in. So I think that at least if not the main plot, it'll be at least part of the movie where he's got to be his own man now. He can't reach back for Rocky for guidance anymore. He's got to become a man. He's got a child now. I think that's pretty much what this is going to be about. There's going to be this new opponent coming in that's really threatening, really scary, and who knows? And yeah, I mean, this movie may be a huge flop. Who knows? But I'm excited. I'll see it. I will definitely miss Stallone though. I mean, for me, Stallone, that's Rocky. That's the Rocky series. Creed is technically kind of the Rocky series. But I do like the character Adonis Creed. So in a way, he's kind of proven himself to the audience. I think we like him. Is he as great of a character as Rocky is? Hell no. I'll say that right now. Hell no. But I mean, that's like saying, is he as a great a character as Superman? That's how big Rocky is to people. That's how meaningful Rocky is to people. I mean, I grew up, that was my childhood. I grew up just being a Rocky fanatic. I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be Stallone. So, yeah. Bear the Speedster says, Lee, my wife and I watched Haunt after your video. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for the excuse to bond. If any babies appear, hold on, we will name it Lee or Drumdum as a middle name. You don't have to do that. That's funny though. Yeah, Haunt's great. I love Haunt. Out of all the carnival horror movies, Haunt's definitely up there. I will say the Funhouse is my favorite, but Haunt is definitely second. And then Bloodfest. Bloodfest is great. Hellfest is Hellfest is just meh fest. That's what it is for me. Meh fest. So, but I loved Haunt. Very good. Very good. George Hellman says Stallone is actually removing the robot in his director's cut of Rocky 4. Yeah, we actually did a stream. One of my topics for one of the streams was about that director's cut that's supposed to be coming out for Rocky 4. I know Stallone has been very active in trying to get it edited. He's posted some stuff on his Instagram. I'm hoping that we get it before the end of the year. I mean, wouldn't that be a great Christmas present? Rocky 4 is one of my all-time favorite films. For huge nostalgia reasons, by the way. I mean, I saw that movie in the theater when I was 13 years old. I was on a date, and my date was not a fan of Rocky, the character. And by the end of the movie, I shit you not, she was pumping her fist and she was rooting for Rocky. It's almost like the scene where where the Russians started cheering for Rocky. They're cheering for Rocky now, in the fight. That's what happened with my date. She started cheering for Rocky. So, yeah, Rocky 4, that movie. Oh, wow. I love Rocky 4. Happy birthday, Paulie. Yeah, no robot in the director's cut, though, right? No robot in the director's cut. Another question for you guys. Do you need the robot from Rocky 4 in your life? Or will you be fine with no robot in the movie? Okay? I got questions. I'm telling you, you got to stay on your toes, all right? I always have questions for you guys. More news. More news. Got 2 more news items for you, okay? And I'm going to pull up a source so that way you guys know I'm not making shit up. All right, hold on. All right, here we go. Now, let me get this set up here. Here's the news story right here. Okay, so I saw Hocus Pocus for the first time on the big screen last week. Last week I went and saw Hocus Pocus. They were showing it at the AMC. I didn't even know AMC was open. I thought it'd be closed because of how, nothing's coming out. But my wife texted me. She was like, hey, you want to go see Hocus Pocus tonight? And I'm like, what? The theater's open? Okay, sure, why not? So we went and seen Hocus Pocus. I had a great time with it. I loved Hocus Pocus. Literally the next day, this story dropped. Bette Midler says original Hocus Pocus members want to return for sequel. The Sanderson sisters could once again be putting a spell on you in the near future. Hocus Pocus, the beloved 1993 Halloween comedy set and filmed in Salem and surrounding towns, will be reportedly having a sequel coming to Disney Plus. Okay. So that means it's probably going to straight to streaming. That's what I would think. Unless the landscape is back to normal by then. I would think they might put this on the big screen, given the cult following that it's kind of garnered. But I mean, that's exciting. Now they're up there in age. I mean Hocus Pocus came out in 20 years ago or something like that. Do witches age? I got questions for you guys. Do witches age? I don't know. I don't know if witches age or not. And if they do age, then that's gonna, or if they do age, then that's not gonna be an issue. But if they don't age, then it's definitely gonna be an issue. Okay? I know vampires don't age. Werewolves, I think werewolves age a little slower. But witches, I don't know. I don't know if witches age. So I guess the makeup though, they could put on the makeup and then they could make it blend in right. Okay? Cool. 1993, yeah. So what is that? Is that almost 30 years? That's 27 years later. Jesus. Jordan Will Piano says, just watched The Thing 1982 for the first time. Let that soak in. Like you said, the visual effects were incredible. Great sense of isolation and well made, but was disappointing with the ending. What you reckon? The Thing happens to have one of my all-time favorite horror endings. Guys, are you going to set him straight or do I have to? The Thing ending, why don't we just sit here a while? That ending is just so open-ended. That ending is 100% John Carpenter. That's what that ending is. It's bleak. We're fucked. That's what John Carpenter is all about. And I think that's one thing you need to know before going into a John Carpenter movie. We're fucked. That's what John Carpenter is trying to convey to his audience. It's a shitty world out there. And even in Halloween, we're fucked. The end of the movie, he shoots him 6 times. He looks over the balcony and Myers is gone. We're fucked. The Thing. You got Childs and freaking McCready just sitting there. They don't know who's who. They don't trust each other. That's what John Carpenter's all about. Trust. We're fucked. That's John Carpenter. And that's why I love the guy. Love him to death. So, The Thing is what horror is about. Yeah. And I'm not knocking his opinion on the movie whatsoever. You know what? It's great that you saw it for the first time. And I will say, I think the more times you watch it, you might appreciate it more. because the first time I watched The Thing, I loved it, but I love it even like probably twice as much now. You know, it's like an annual. I probably watch The Thing a couple times a year. It's just a beautiful movie. It really is. It's the movie that John Carpenter has stated he's the most proud of too, I believe. So, yeah. I'm glad you saw it for the first time though, and I guarantee you probably couldn't get it out of your head after you watched it. All right. One more story here. Drew revisits Scream. I think Drew Barrymore, she sees all the chatter that's going on around the Scream franchise. She's a little intoxicated by it, and she's maybe thinking, I want a little bit of that action. So what does Drew do? She goes out and she films this thing where, what if Casey lived, you know? Amstel, I have seen They Live. I fucking love it, okay? I finally watched They Live for the first time a couple months ago. Adored They Live. Yeah, and I want to watch it again. That's how much I loved it so much. So I'm definitely going to be reviewing that too down the road. But yeah, freaking They Live's awesome. Katie in Wonderland, what's up? Hold on, what'd I say? Hold on. I swear you guys are rolling. Got to be more than 20 years ago. Laugh out loud. She must be talking about... Is she talking about Hocus Pocus? I don't know. Katie, I got a couple funnies of yours in the funnies tonight too. Okay? All right. Let me look up that... I think there's a video for that Drew Barrymore. What if Casey Becker lived? Let me look that up real quick for you guys. Hold on just a sec. Okay, yeah, and it's only 41 seconds, so we can watch this together. I've never seen this either. She's got a YouTube channel called The Drew Barrymore Show. So let's go over here. Let's click on this, and let's watch this together, okay? All right, let me make sure you guys are set up so you can see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ghostface has a profile picture.
Hi everybody. If you are into that, I think if you subscribe, we might be able to find each other again.
Subscribe to my channel. That was cute. So I guess the message there is that Casey learned her lesson, and she didn't answer. She's like fuck you, Ghostface. You don't know me. Okay. Yeah, she definitely looks great too. She hasn't aged much at all. So Mikey, he says cringe. There's a little bit of cringe in there. You know what, to me, Mikey, it felt like that was like, I think that was thrown together like really quick. That's what it felt like, you know? It didn't like blow my hair back or anything, or blow my socks off. Yeah. But anyway, I think that's the news for tonight. Let's jump in to what we watched, okay? And then we'll jump into funnies, all right? So, and I actually did some visual representation of what I watched this week. So go ahead and start telling me what you guys watched for the week, and I'll pull up what I watched, and we can talk about it, okay? And then we'll jump into funnies after that. All right. So let me go. Okay. So here is the first movie I watched. It might not be the first movie, but let's just say it is the first movie, okay? I think I got 4. How many movies do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 5 movies for the week. I stayed pretty active. And let me get you guys chat up. Okay. All right, so Tales of Halloween. This was the second time I had seen this movie, and I loved it even more. This, I might, guys, hold on. Get your tomatoes ready, okay? I might, just might, prefer, finish my sentence for me, Tales of Halloween to, what am I going to say? Trick or Treat. I might prefer Tales of Halloween to Trick or Treat after this watch, because I was just loving they're 10-minute little segments. There's 10 little shorts. So it's great too, because if you only have like 30 minutes out of your day, you can get 3 shorts done. Trick or Treat, yeah, there you go. You can get 3 little shorts done, you know? You can get 1 short done. That's what I love about Tales of Halloween. I don't have the time in my day. Let's do a short. And I'll say the first like 6 or 7 stories I love. They're really awesome. I think one of my favorites is this one right here. Somebody help me out. I always forget her name. She's in The Walking Dead, but man, she really goes for it with this part. You know, this character is so off the rails and weird and crazy. Yeah, I loved this story. And I'd say this is the best directed story too, because it's so unpredictable and it's just like all over the place. I think the editing was done with a heavy dose of cocaine during this particular segment. And it doesn't even have like the best story, but I was just so hooked into the editing of this particular one. The very first story is this kid, I guess he was denied his candy from his parents, and so then eventually he gets the candy. Like, his parents steal his candy, and so he ends up eating the candy, but then he eats his parents. Like, he eats the candy out of his parents into their stomach, and it gets really, and that's the first story out of the bunch. And then, like, the next story, you got like the I think this dude's supposed to be like Satan, this old dude, and he's got this little like dwarf dude with him, and they're just going around the town, making everybody's life a living hell. They trick or treat, knock on the door, trick or treat. They literally stab the guy and then run off. And they're like high-fiving each other and having a good time, and it's so funny. Sweet Tooth, yeah, that's what it is, Dave. I loved that story. There's a story about these bullies, and they're bullying this kid, and this kid like summons this demon, and so this demon just completely, just obliterates these fucking bullies. And so I love the shot at the end where you just see the blood like fly at the kid's face. Oh, so great, so great. You got a couple days left. If you haven't seen Tales of Halloween, it's on Shudder. Definitely give it a watch. I'm telling you, it's so fun. There's one where you got these 2 houses. They're like across the street from each other, and they're trying to outdo each other with their Halloween decorations. And we all love Halloween decorations, right? So that story I love, because there's so many horror alumni in that segment. I mean, really throughout all the shorts. I mean, you're going to see freaking Barbara Crampton. You're going to see Sean Clark. You're going to see, what was her? I'm trying to think. There's like a bunch of directors in there too. But I've only scratched the surface. But I swear, there's like a dozen freaking horror alumni in this thing. But that one, the two, they end up fighting with each other, and it gets really bloody and crazy. And they both, I don't want to spoil it. I'll just say it's very satisfying. Okay, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's really great. Katie in Wonderland says, I've been on a Jallo kick, Cat o' Nine Tails, Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Torso, Strip Nude for Your Killer, Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, all this past 2 weeks. She's going to pass me because the only one I've seen out of that list is Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, and oh my God, that movie's so great. So great. But I definitely want to check out Torso. I think that's next on my list to do from there. But I did watch a Giallo movie this week. All right. David Thorson says, I watched Them Friday the 13th, part 1 through 4. Let me go down here. I almost lost you. Hold on. Okay. The Thing from Another World. So we watched the original, then The Thing, then The Fog. That's a good list. That's a real good list. I haven't seen Them, so I'll have to check that one out. But I have seen the original Thing. Of course, I've seen Friday 1 through 4. And, of course, I've seen The Fog. Those are great. Let me see what else. Thomas Woodcock says, watched Gerald's Game for the first time last night on Netflix. And it was, oh, man, that's a great one. That's a great one. I like those captivity type movies, you know. And because you're just like really rooting for this person to get out of this situation. And that's what Gerald's Game is. You know, another Stephen King gem. Great one, though. Dino Reviews says, watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre the beginning today. Might be one of my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacres. I do prefer it over the remake. Hugely underrated movie in the series. Forgot how great it is. It really is. I really love the beginning. I think I like the cast better in the beginning. And I think I feel more for the cast in the beginning than I do for the remake. I think I prefer, like, Leatherface. I think he's great in the remake too. So I'd say the Leatherface is pretty much a tie. But the beginning might be the more brutal movie too. I think it is the more brutal. I mean, there's like torture scenes in the beginning, but it's a great one. I love that one. Mike Bragg says, I watched Child's Play, Rob Zombie's Halloween, Monster Squad, The Stuff, Bride of Reanimator, and Hell Night. I like your list, Mike, because you got some good variety there. You know, you like Rob Zombie's Halloween. You got a little bit of that like trashy horror. And then you got Child's Play, the doll horror that's always fun. Monster Squad's like your Goonies horror, The Stuff. I mean, yeah, great freaking list. I always like some good variety. Like I watched Hubie Halloween. Like pretty much when it first came, and I enjoyed it because it was just, you know, it was comedy horror. It was just, wasn't even really horror, but it was just set on Halloween, and I really just I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was really fun. I like when he's riding his bike, and he's so used to having things thrown at him that he's like he's able to dodge anything. You know, really funny. And I also like all the T-shirts that the mother or the grandmother wears. Those are really funny. Yeah, good stuff. Tom Ungren says, Lee, Halloween and The Thing or Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream. Wes takes this one for me. Oh, god damn, man, that's a tough one. Halloween and The Thing or Nightmare and Scream. No, I'm going to go Halloween and The Thing. Just because I love Scream. Don't get me wrong. Scream's fun. It's a great movie, but I don't put it on the pedestal like Halloween or The Thing. So Scream's kind of your... Nightmare is right there with those other two, but Scream, it goes down a notch for me. You know, it's still great, still fun, still iconic, still groundbreaking, but at the end of the day, I'm throwing in the Halloween or The Thing, or even Nightmare on Elm Street. So yeah, there's your answer on that one. DJ Jones says, I've been slacking on movies, but absolutely loving The Walking Dead. Oh man, I gave up on The Walking Dead a couple seasons ago. Just because it just felt so repetitive, and there've been a few seasons that really pissed me off on that show. You know, like the whole the whole, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but just the way they handled the Glenn character for a long time before eventually something happened, I got frustrated with the show. So it's one of those shows that frustrated me, you know. But when it was good, it was great. I will say that. Lee will never love another movie more than... Yeah, it's my favorite movie, you know? It's my favorite movie, so of course. That's just... Yeah, and every time... Like, I just watched Halloween again, and it feels new every single time I watch it. I love that movie so much. I really like... even when, like, Annie and Linda and Lori are just, like, walking together, you know, that banter that they have between each other, and they're... all three of them are very different from each other. Holly, you are, I can't believe Holly's late. Jesus. Glad to have you here, though. Glad to have you here. But yeah, and I think that's another problem I had with Rob Zombie's Halloween is I didn't like Laurie, Linda, and Annie like nearly as much. They didn't compare to those three characters in the original, you know. So yeah, man, you guys are watching some great stuff. I'm loving reading what you guys are watching. So, let me go to the next one I watched. Okay, Jesus, I've been talking nonstop for an hour and 50. Let me get a drink. Hold on. I'm gonna get a cookie too. I'm gonna get a drink and a cookie. I need a cookie. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go get a cookie. I'll be right back. I'll get you a treat. All right, here we go. Next one I watched. All right. All right, there we go. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I watched and reviewed this movie when it first came out, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Very well shot movie, and good acting and everything. But for some reason, the first time I watched it, I didn't really like it as much. And then this last time I watched it, and maybe it was because I was more in the Halloween spirit, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it this time around. I liked the story that was going on. You know, and I like the I can't remember the character's name, you know, but there was this curse on this book, and the stories would, like, you know, come to life. You know, like she would write out this story, and the characters would have to watch the story being written in real time, and then those events would come into play. And that's a good premise, you know. That's a pretty creepy premise. Whatever she writes is going to happen, and you're going to die, you know. And I forgot how effective some of the violence was in this, like especially the scene with Harold when he's coming after the bully kid, and he stabs the bully kid like through the stomach. And at first I was like, he'd be bleeding all over the place, and I don't see any blood. But then they fix it because you see like all this straw and this hay like come out of his mouth, and it's a really, really disturbing scene actually. And I thought it was done really well. And you know, I just really enjoyed the movie. There were a couple things that I still didn't like because I'm not the biggest fan of like gross out horror. And you know, the pimple scene was a little bit, I was like, oh god, I don't want to watch somebody pop a pimple. And then the other one was like the toe soup. But still, I got to give it credit. I mean, it was very effective. I thought they definitely went for it in terms of horror. I don't think the characters are as strong as what we got in, say, the Monster Squad. They're not bad. They're only okay. You know, I think if they would have nailed those characters and made them like Monster Squad good or Goonies good, then we'd have a bona fide hit. Because I know there were people that didn't really like this movie as much. But I will say, give it another chance if you've only watched it once, because I might be watching this like every year, because it is set around Halloween. It's set around October. So it definitely has a Halloween vibe to it. And it's nice to have those movies, you know, that feel like the month of October, that feel like Halloween. So I enjoyed that one. Hex says Suspiria remake was a bit of a snooze fest. It's a slow burn for sure, but I definitely appreciated what the director was going for with it. Definitely not for everybody, and I would say it's definitely like art. I don't want to say art house, because when you think art house, you think low budget. And The Suspiria remake doesn't feel low budget at all, but it's just very artsy. It's artsy feeling. And I don't think it's nearly as good as the original, but the original is one of my all-time favorite horror films. And the original is more rewatchable, I think, than the Suspiria remake. Like, I've watched the Suspiria remake once. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a really high rating, actually. But I was wondering when I reviewed it, I'm like, am I going to be itching to watch this again really soon? Because I didn't know at the time. And the answer to that is no. I've only watched it once. I bought the Blu-ray, and I will watch it again. But I always reach for the original when I watch Suspiria. The original is just, it's so good. It's just so unique, and it's really Argento's masterpiece in my mind. Also, I'm glad you said that, because let me look up something real quick. I want to give credit where credit is due. Hold on just a sec. Let me look up the something. Hold on. Deep Red Cast. Because I forget her name. Yeah. Daria Nicolodi. Let me click on her real quick. Yeah. Let me get you guys over here so you can see this. All right? Hold on. Let's go to here. Okay, and let me bring this over. You know what? Actually, if I just click on this, it'll make it... Nope, that didn't work. Hold on. I think that'll come up. Let's try that. Yeah. Daria Nicolodi. She was actually dating Argento. Maybe even married to him. I think she might have been married to him, but she was in Deep Red. She was in a few of his movies. What a lot of people don't realize is that she was the one that got Argento into the whole cult angle in terms of his scripts, because he was mostly doing Giallo type stuff. He had his Animal trilogy and whatnot, just straightforward killer slasher type stuff. And then he met Daria, and she introduced him to more witchcraft subplots and just supernatural elements. And if it wasn't for her, we would have never gotten Suspiria. And as a matter of fact, I think she wrote, or at least co-wrote, the screenplay for Suspiria. And everybody mentions Argento, but people don't mention Daria Nicolodi as often. As a matter of fact, she was going to play the part that Jessica Harper ended up playing, but they wanted an American actress to play that part. And so, she's like, oh yeah, of course. I loved Jessica Harper. Once she saw Jessica Harper and saw her, her acting abilities, she was all for it. But I think Daria would have been just as great in that part, if I'm being honest. And you know what? I just wanted to shine a light on her because nobody ever talks about her. She was in Deep Red, and she was great in that. I think, to play a strong woman, I think you have to have some essence there. I think you have to have some nuance, and you definitely don't want it to feel forced. And she always played her, it just came naturally to her. Everything that I've seen her in, she always just played it naturally. She wasn't trying to, puff her chest out, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. And yeah. So Daria Nicolodi, you are honored in the horror community, ma'am. Yes, you are. She's still alive today, too, by the way. So, wanted to shine a light on Daria. All right, cool. Francis, thank you for stopping by. Chainsaw Grimp, got to run. All right, cool. Thank you for stopping by. Having a, yeah, she was great in Deep Red, Destiny. She was awesome in Deep Red. Deep Red is the best Giallo film ever created in my mind. And I haven't seen every Giallo film, but Deep Red's definitely top freaking notch. That's a movie right there. That's a freaking movie. I didn't even have my cookie yet. Hold on just a second. I have a Subway cookie. Oh, man. Do you guys like Subway cookies? Because sometimes you can get a Subway cookie that has a bit of an aftertaste. Like a Subway, I call it a Subway aftertaste. But when they're good, they're great. and I got a good cookie from Subway. Like, it's so good that Levi loves cookies, by the way. Levi's asking me for a cookie right now. Here you go, buddy. There you go. No? No more? Okay. All right. Night, Salwa. Thanks for stopping by. Yep, I had a Subway sandwich. What kind of sub sandwich do you guys get? All right? Real talk. What kind of sub sandwich do you get? I always get the, I used to get the turkey and cheese. And then recently, like I think just this year, I switched it. And now I get the teriyaki chicken. Because, I just one day I was just like looking through the window. And I'm thinking about what I want to order. And I'm usually ordering the same thing. And I saw like this glistening teriyaki chicken just sitting there. And I was like, I'm going to try that. And I haven't looked back. Like, I eat it every time now. Beth says, I had no idea they made cookies. Tells you how long it's been since I've had one of the... Oh, man. Yeah, they do have good cookies. Sometimes. Lee, I thought you were eating moldy bread. Nope. That is a cookie. Yeah. Cookies happen to be my favorite treat, too, by the way. I'm a cookie freak. You know who else's favorite treat is cookies? Here you go, Levi. Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons' favorite treat is cookies. He loves cookies. Anybody like oatmeal raisin cookies? They are my jam, Mikey Weiss. I love oatmeal cookies, but for some reason, I don't like the raisins in them. I'll eat the raisins, but if I had a choice, I like just oatmeal cookies. I prefer oatmeal chocolate chip. Have you ever had oatmeal chocolate chip cookies? Really good. Hold on, Levi. There you go. Holly says the rotisserie chicken was amazing, but they don't have it anymore around here. Is that a seasonal thing? Like sometimes they have like the barbecue rib sub. Like they have that going on right now at some of the Subways. It's a barbecue rib sub, but I never get that because the barbecue rib slab, it looks kind of weird to me. Like I don't trust it. I don't think it's barbecue. I don't know. I don't think it's a rib. I don't know. It's like the McRib. That is not a freak like ribs like you get at Chili's. No. I usually don't get the McRib. White chocolate macadamia is my favorite. I don't think I've ever tried that, Destiny. All cookies are good in my book. Cookie! Woman! That's how bonkers Halloween 5 is. Like, how can we get... Like, how did the scriptwriter come up with Cookie Woman? Peanut butter oatmeal are my favorites. Oh, that sounds amazing, Beth. Peanut butter oatmeal? You just blew my mind. Oatmeal raisin with buttercream frosting. Mikey's a man of culture, I see. Cookie Woman? Oh, that's great. I love talking food, by the way, too. I don't know if you guys know that about me, but man, I'm a food junkie. Like, I freaking love food. Levi, I don't have any more cookies. Levi is literally like staring at me. All right, hold on. All right, let me go to what I watched next. Okay, hold on. Where'd I put it? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Speaking of Jello, I watched Inferno for the very first time. Inferno is technically, I think, the sequel to Suspiria. I'm Ron Burgundy. But, and it is, I think it is the sequel, but the characters, the story, completely different. There's no, like, ballet dancing team. Basically, it's like the establishments. I guess Suspiria supposedly took place in Rome, and this takes place in New York, and then the Mother of Tears takes place in another location. And I haven't watched Mother of Tears yet. That's the third one. But you're going to notice, if you want something to compare to Suspiria, definitely the color palette of this movie, the color grading. I mean, it's full of all those Suspiria type colors. There's some beautiful scenes in this movie too. I mean, you're looking at that picture right there. You see like the violet and the pink and the purples all in just that one shot. That's what pretty much most of this movie looks like. It's a beautiful movie to look at. There's always room for Giallo. Yes, there is, George. Yes, there is. If I could watch one Giallo movie a week, I'd be doing something right. But the opening scene, you got this woman. She's got this. It's like a pin that's on her necklace, and she drops it in this underground, like water terrain type setting. And so, man, it took me a while to get that out. And so she literally like jumps in there, in her dress, and she's swimming around looking for that. And the scene is just filmed beautifully. It really is. It's one of those movies that, like, I was getting a little bit of a Nicholas Winding Refn. Like, I think this is probably a movie that Nicholas Winding Refn is highly influenced by, because it's more, I think, and I'll say it, I think Inferno is more style over substance. I really do. Some people have said that about Suspiria. I think there's a good story in Suspiria. I get more involved in the characters in Suspiria. Inferno is highly worth a watch. Don't get me wrong, and I want to watch it again. I really do. It's one of those movies that I can't get out of my head, and I feel like I need to give it another watch because there's some good stuff going on. Now there's scenes with like rats, there's scenes with ants, and there's scenes with cats in this movie, and they're violent scenes. And I don't know how you feel about like animal violence in movies, and there's death scenes with animal violence, and it does throw you off a bit, and you're just like, wow, this movie, like, you never know where it's going to go. That's one thing that's interesting about Inferno. Really, that's one thing that's interesting about Italian horror in general. It's the most unpredictable subgenre of horror there is. If you want to be just a complete blank slate guessing game of a genre, I'm telling you, look no further than Italian horror, and look no further than Inferno, because Inferno, man, it's a beautifully done movie. I know that behind the scenes too, Dario Argento was sick. He had hepatitis, and so he was like bedridden for some of the shoots. So he was like so sick he couldn't even shoot, and so he had Mario Bava shoot a good portion of this movie for him. And this was Mario Bava's last film that he shot, actually, even though technically Mario Bava isn't given directing credit because he died shortly after this movie came out or was made. But it's just interesting to read the backstory of this movie, because right after I watched it, have you ever watched like a horror movie and you're just like paying attention to everything about it, from the set design to the acting to just the score, and you automatically want to like research the movie after. It doesn't feel cookie cutter. That's what Inferno was to me. Like, immediately after, I was like, I gotta research this movie. I want to know more. It's a question mark. It's a big question mark. So I would, if you're really into Giallo, or not, if you're really into Italian horror, I would say check out Inferno. Technically, I think it is a Giallo film too, because you do have a killer going around. But most of it takes place in this like establishment, this big, I think it's like a hotel or a church or something like that. I can't remember, but I want to watch it again. I definitely want to watch it again. I dug Inferno. I did. It doesn't compare to Suspiria, but I did. There's a lot of interesting things in that movie. Briefly, I watched Halloween 1 and 2 back to back. I put this up there because I wanted to recommend the Universal cut of Halloween 2. Nothing against the Shout Factory edition. I like the Shout Factory edition quite a bit, actually, especially for the new documentaries on there and everything. But I will say, the Uni release, I like the transfer better. If you like your grain intact, if you like less meddling with the grain, the source material of a movie, get the universal release. I think that you can see the grain in the movie, and to me, it looks clearer because you see the grain. You know, there's there's very little edge enhancement. There's definitely very little waxing of the face. But on the other hand, the Shop Factory release, it's not a bad release at all. It looks great. I'm not saying run right out and buy the uni release, but this release does have Terror in the Aisles, which is a strange special feature on a horror movie. But I think this might be the only way you can get Terror in the Aisles on Blu-ray. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't know if there's a standalone release of Terror in the Aisles. And you might be able to see it on Shudder. But that is a nice feature on this particular Blu-ray, too. So, but I saw what the difference to me is just the picture. I prefer the picture quality in this version. Now, if you want to delve into Halloween 2 a little bit further, guys, how many of you guys have seen the TV cut of Halloween 2? The TV cut of Halloween 2, it's one of the strangest TV edits in probably cinema history. Like, somebody counted it too. There are over 80 differences between the TV cut and the theatrical cut. There's a couple scenes that are not even in the theatrical cut, which is common for TV cuts back then. You know, you're going to get some, like H2O, I think the TV cut had some different scenes. Same thing with Halloween 6. But yeah, this one right here, like there's a scene where they literally like sit Laurie Strode up and they remove her shirt. And so you see her in a bra. And I was like, oh, I don't remember that at all in the original version. But the biggest thing too is like they completely shift things around editing wise. There'll be scenes that take place before this scene. In the TV cut, they move it to like after the scene. You know, it's a more, I think, frantic, high-paced version of Halloween 2 because if I had to pick apart Halloween 2, I will say it is a slower-paced movie, but I think it's intentionally slower-paced. The TV cut takes that editing and throws it right out the window and says, let's make this a little bit more frantic. Also, one merit I think the TV cut does have. You remember in Halloween 2 when Laurie Strode is just like, all of a sudden she's just like comatose, you know? Like Jimmy walks in the room and she's passed out. And I remember for years I'd watch that scene and I'd be like, wait, are we missing a scene here? Like, how did that happen? Because in the last scene, she was together, she was fine. And then in this next scene, she's completely like comatose. I thought, I was like, is Laurie Strode dead? The first time I saw that. The TV cut has that scene. It has that scene where, you know, it bridges that gap and you find out why Laurie Strode is actually comatose. So I do watch the TV cut every now and then. So 20-minute warning. Somebody's wanting some funnies. All right, so let me go. Hold on. I think that's the last one I watched anyway. Yeah, I think it is. Are you guys ready for funnies? Let me get my funnies music going. Okay. Somebody's wanting their funnies. I don't know. You guys know what the funnies music is, don't you? You're about to find out. And it's time for fun. Let me put on my headphones. Let me get you guys situated over here for the funnies.
Now I have a story that I'd like to tell about this guy you all know me as he's scared as hell. He comes to me at night after I crawl into bed.
I think we covered a lot of our weekly viewings anyway, right? So I'll start us off. I got a few of these from this guy. My street. Let me go here. Hold on. I got his name. Yeah, John Jacob. Hold on. Jacob Schauster. Okay, so thank you, Mike Bragg. Mike keeping me on my toes. And let me lower. There we go. Okay, now we're perfect. Okay. Oh, so Hannibal, if you put Hannibal and Leatherface, of course they're going to talk about their cooking skills, right? Your mincing skills are exquisite. And you know what? I think it's good if you put them two together too, because then Leatherface feels better about himself because he's got kind of a low self-esteem, whereas Hannibal's the opposite of that. He's the most confident guy on the planet. And so look how like reassuring he is to Leatherface. I think that's a sweet picture, actually. I straight thought he was about to say John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. DJ Jones says, glad I'm actually here for this stream. They ended up blocking the last stream you played this in. It wasn't this song. It was Prince. Don't play anything by Prince or Warner Brothers, I think. And I think you'll be, because should still be in here. Yeah, that's Jacob Schuster. We'll get to that one. Hold on. So, this is not Jacob Schuster. This is one I saw on Instagram. If I see something funny, guys, I'm going to grab it, okay? JM Horror Guy. Unpopular opinion, John Cusack was the best Michael Myers. Or you could say Nicolas Cage. Some people call that the Nicolas Cage mask. But, yeah. I'm your DJ now, Lee. I like that. So tell me, guys, what do you think? Does that look more like John Cusack, or does it look more like Nicolas Cage? Or does it look more like somebody else? Oh yeah, Michael Bragg. Mike, you know what, Mike? I didn't even freaking get the sign on here. You know, I'm gonna make a note. I'll say this: Mike Bragg had a sign that said Drumdums Live that he put up, and it was very nice. And I was in such a rush throwing this thing together that I completely forgot. So, Mike, I'll post that on my socials so that way everybody can see it after this, okay? So, shoot me a DM too to remind me. Thank you, Mike. All right, Cusack. Some people are saying Cusack. All right, this is me getting dressed to go to work when there's an 8-year-old YouTuber that made $26 million this year. I love those Joker memes, you know, where like if I really apply myself and work hard and go to school, then I could make something of myself. And they show him like painting his face as he's like saying that. It's really great. Isn't that crazy though that there's like kids rule YouTube? You know, like some of these kids channels, and they just get freaking millions and millions and millions of views. It's crazy. It's insane. We need some more spooky songs. Let me know in the chat if you guys know of any more spooky. Oh, I know one. Okay, let me go to the next. Hold on. Come on, Jeff, answer. Come on, man. This was interesting actually. In 1999, a waitress named I think that's Tanya Lynn Dickerson was tipped a lottery ticket and won $10 million. She was sued by her co-workers for their share. Then she was sued by the customer who tipped her the ticket. Then she was sued by the IRS and almost kidnapped by her ex. That just falls in line to, you know, those bad luck lottery winner stories. Holly, I will not forget about Hell House. Isn't there like a couple of Hell House movies? Oh my God, they're playing Beastie Boys. Ooh, Beastie Boys is Warner Brothers. I gotta get out of here. Hold on. I love that song too, Sabotage, but that's Warner Brothers. Okay, moving on. I got a song I want to play for you guys. It's hardcore, but man, it's a great song. I don't want to give the band exposure, but we'll get through the funnies first. All right. So yeah, that's just a crazy story I wanted to share with you guys. Like, if you win the lottery, then your life's gonna suck. Okay, that's basically what it comes down to. All I don't want to be a pessimist, but Mad Max is set in 2021. I didn't even realize that until I saw this meme. I was like, holy shit. And that's pretty telling. That's pretty scary, you know? Mel Gibson was a good-looking guy, too, right, guys? Bugs Bunny coming for you, Lee. Yeah, Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers don't play. Alright, let me go to the next one. Now, this is relatable. Normal mask. Normal people wearing a mask. People with glasses wearing a mask. Any of you guys wear glasses out there? I mean, I wear sunglasses when I'm at work. And I have to, like, pull my mask down. I look around, make sure nobody's around me. So that way my glasses don't fog up. Yeah, if you win the lottery, tell no one. And you remember, a couple of funnies ago, we had that guy who dressed up in a Scream mask. So that way none of his relatives could see him. Or co-workers. That's a smart guy. Ghostface is a smart killer. I finally get why these guys never run after anyone. It's freaking hard to breathe with a mask on. Very, very true. Very true. Now we know what Myers and Jason and all those mass killers go through. It's tough. It's tough going around with a freaking mask on your face all the time. What's wrong with you? You serious? Okay, next one. I just wanted to put I got this one on Monday, and I was like, I got to show that to my audience, you know. Plus, Helena Bonham Carter's awesome, you know. She's the female Johnny Depp. She literally looks just like Johnny Depp, and they've been in so many movies together. It's like they could be brother and sister, right? Erica says, if you win the lottery, it goes further. Don't just tell anyone. Leave them. Don't tell anyone when you're going to go find a new place. Immediately have your things sent to you. Very true. Erica says, be extra cautious. I like this one. This one was kind of funny. Now, remember when you were a kid, okay? Accidentally slams door shut after getting sent to my room. My parents, maybe he does deserve to die. You ever like accidentally slam your door when you're a kid, and you're like, it just sends your parents through the roof, like they want to freaking destroy you because you slammed the door? I thought that was funny. All right, let me stop my music. Hold on. Okay. Next one. We're rolling right through these, right, guys? Okay. This is Baby Yoda has such sights to show you. Suzette sent this one, and I had to share it. I thought that was adorable. It's Baby Yoda Pinhead. Isn't that cute? Imagine that. Imagine if Baby Yoda was like evil. That'd be weird. It'd be really weird. I think this might be the most perfectly timed stream that I've done so far. You know, like allocating space for everything that I wanted to talk about. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there as a group, as a family. Okay? Horn Coffee, what's up, man? Hell yeah. Guys, I wanted to say this. I checked out Horn Coffee, like one of his latest videos, and some of us have it better than others, right? Ralph is his name, and I think Ralph has just such a great like camera presence, speaking voice. He's able to project and just really give a good analysis on whatever he's talking about. I spotted that immediately when I was watching his video, and I was like, I got to give this guy a shout out, you know, because he's very, very talented. And I just like his, you know, he doesn't like have a channel like everybody else. You know, he's got a certain style, which I like. It's almost a little bit of like a podcast type style, but it works. I think it works very well for his channel. Casey says, glad you liked my custom Myers house. Thanks for checking it out, Lee. I did Freddy's house. Not sure if you've seen it yet. No, I haven't seen your Freddy one yet. I'll definitely check that one out too. Thank you, Casey. I like Freddy's house, and I like Myers' house. especially Freddie's house. Freddie's got like the coolest house. You know, the Nancy Thompson house. You're welcome, Ralph. You're welcome, man. Okay. Next one. This is a little Rob Zombie humor for you. It says, goodbye, Michael. I need to blow that up. I can't read that. I'm gonna look closely at it. I can't do that. Hold on. Nope, that's not gonna work. I can't see that, guys. Can you guys see that? Hold on. Here we go. I'm just gonna blow it up. Loomis, what I need. It's something about Loomis's book. All right, I'm just gonna let you guys read that and enjoy it because I can't read it. My eyes are too fucked up. I can't read it. I remember thinking it was funny, but and some of you are watching it like on a blown up screen, so you'll be able to read it easily. I'll tell you what, I'll read it after the fact when I watch these after, because I got to do timestamps. I'll make sure to read it and I'll see if I like it again. Okay? Because I don't remember. I don't remember at all. All right. All right, here's a question for you guys, okay? Would you slap this kid for $88 million? That's a serious question, okay? I really need you to think about that. Coco Mac, you're the man. You're the man. Oh, by the way, guys, I wanted to say this to you. Beth made this like horror. It's like a montage for horror. Definitely check that out on her freaking channel. It's Red Run Records. But I wanted to spread the word about that. Like her freaking, like she makes these horror montages. You know how some people, they edit like horror footage together and it comes out like she's like one of the best at it. And you just really get like, I don't know, it makes you happy. You know, that's what it does. It just makes you really happy. So check out those the montages that she does. All right. It's weird seeing Malcolm McDowell's teeth. Yeah. I need an answer from you guys, though. Would you slap this kid for $88 million? Think about that. Brandon Lewis says no. Chris says Beth has been killing for the montages. Yep. He'll live easy. Yes. See, you got to dig further like Choco Croissant did and think, if I slap this kid, is he going to live? And more than likely, he's probably going to live. So yeah, slap the shit out of him. Just like the bottom picture there. You know? Get that $88 million. And you know what? Here's the kicker right here. Here's the right answer, okay? There's a wrong answer and there's a right answer. The right answer is you slap the kid, you get the $88 million, and then you give him $1 million. All right? You give that kid $1 million so that way he can get in college, he can grow up, and he can be a freaking porn star or whatever. Who knows, okay? So anyway, next one. Now that writing's too small, but the thing that you really need to pay attention to that photo is that it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there were Phillips head screws, and that means they had Phillips head screwdrivers. And so when your lightsaber would start acting kind of wonky, and you need to kind of fix your wonky lightsaber, then you would just get a Phillips head screwdriver, fix it right up. Next one, another one from Jacob Schauster says, "You got this, big guy." You know, it's smart to put these horror icons together, and that way they can work it out together. And he's helping him swim. You know, it's kind of a sweet picture. It's the creature from the Black Lagoon. He's helping Jason out, because Jason has problems swimming. He can't swim, right? So he's got a little bit of help. He's got a wingman. His wingman is a gill man, and the gill man is the thing from the Black Lagoon. Is it the thing from the Black Lagoon? The creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, that's it. All right. Here's one from Kate. It's so with Halloween not looking too exciting this year, we are having our own mini family Halloween party, and my question of the day is, give me some must-have songs on your spooky playlist. Yeah, because we have there's a lot of people that'll post like questions of the day and killer flicks, and they're always fun. But I just liked the picture that she had there. I gave him 6 shots. That's, you know, the 6 shots thing is it's like catching on again. You know, every few years it comes back. I shot him 6 times. So, I saw a really cool T-shirt, by the way, guys. It's the Barry Sims Back Talk t-shirt. It was on one of those ads. I think Fright Rags. If you go to Fright Rags, they got a Barry Sims t-shirt, and it says Back Talk, and it's got like Myers on the phone at the bottom. It's such a cool shirt. You know, I like those little. I guess you'd call it like a hidden message type shirt. Like if you get it, you get it. Those type shirts. I love this one. This might be one of my favorites. Okay, just because of my age. Just remember, for every boomer that is annoyed by a millennial, there's a generation in between them that is annoyed by both of you. That's me. I'm a Generation X. I'm a Gen Xer. And I'm annoyed by boomers and I'm annoyed by millennials, but not really. But I thought that was funny. It's great. All right, next one. So we're timing it just right, guys. Timing it just right. Child abuse in 2020. This is a true story right here too, guys. Okay, pay attention. Me after talking back to my mother in 1990. I like those Rocky memes. Like, there was another Rocky meme with that picture of Rocky at the bottom, and it said me after my gums after eating Captain Crunch cereal. I love that. Yeah, Ralph's a Gen X. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. Next one. This was just like it's a life meme. Day shift, night shift. You know, and I guess what we use to get us through the day, you know, the energy. 72% water. And if you're night shift, you are caffeine, nicotine, hate, alcohol, and ibuprofen. Those are all correct too, by the way. All correct. Yep, kids today have it way too easy. There you go. Yep. Just take one more look at it. It's the truth, guys. It's the truth, and the truth needs to be said. There you go. Okay, let me go back. All right. Now this one, there's a little bit of, it's a little graphic. Okay, so if you want to look away, I'm giving you the warning right now. If you want to look away, this one does have it's a little graphic. Okay, it might be. I'll just show it, okay? But I'm giving you a warning. If you don't want to see something, it might be involved a little bit of genitalia. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to show it right now, okay? So here we go. Boom. There you go. Who in the hell sends burnt wiener pics? Freddie does. That's it. Freddie would do that too. I guarantee it. Like, if Freddie's bored, you know, he's like, I just don't really have time to like go freaking. I don't want to spend my, like, I wonder if, like, does Freddie ever do that? Does he ever think, like, I don't want to spend my freaking, like, tonight I want to take it off. I want to take a night off. I want to watch Game of Thrones or something like that. I wonder if Freddie has those nights where he's just like, I don't have the energy. Or I could send some, like, you know, some gross dick pics, and that's what he does. So, next one. This is another good one from Kate that I liked. Me talking about horror movies. My friends. He's got a boner. Because we get horror boners, right, guys and girls? Yeah. Okay. Next one. This one's from Jeffrey Coogley in the mod chat. Holly probably recognizes this one. She liked your post. Now she's your girlfriend, but she doesn't know it. I'm sure that there are some guys out there that think like this. Am I right or am I right? Or am I right? Or am I right? I'm sure that happens, okay? But mixed signals are a thing too. Mixed signals are a thing too, if I'm being fair about this. All right? I just thought it was funny. That's all. Okay. Here's a question for you guys. Name a movie that you loved as a kid, but later learned that everybody else hated it. And you could probably come up with a lot of answers to this question, actually. I'm trying to think of what's a movie. I wasn't a kid when I saw Godzilla. I was actually in the military at the time, and I liked it, but I knew I was like, this is not going to go over well. So, but a movie I saw as a kid that I liked, I don't know. I don't have an answer. Maybe Howard the Duck. Yeah, that's a good one. Howard the Duck. Yeah, I loved it when I first saw it, and it's. I still like Howard the Duck actually, but it's just a weird movie. Yeah. Let's see, Godzilla was that one for me. Sister Act 2, Halloween 3. See, the Halloween 3 was the opposite. I hated it when I first saw it, and now I love it. So, yeah. All right. I love this one too. Good haul tonight. Sam and Michael together. That just makes you happy, right? That's all that does. It just makes you happy. I'm happy just looking at it. Freaking awesome. Freaking awesome picture. I like it. Sam just saw the Halloween Kills teaser, so he's happy. He's eating his treats. It's really cute. I like those two together. How many of you guys would watch a trick or treat story set in Haddonfield, and eventually in the movie, Sam comes in contact with Myers, and they kind of like cross each other's paths, and they kind of like wink at each other, like Michael gives him a nod, and like Sam holds up his little treat that he eats, his Halloween treat, and he kind of like points it at Myers, and then they just pass each other. I think that'd be cool. I would love it. It would make me happy. All right. Oh yeah, that was the Halloween 2, the uni release. I talked about that one, and this is it. I'll leave you on this. This is the last one, okay? The Halloween franchise has had so many different, I don't know if you'd call it fan art or maybe even like foreign art, different interpretations of the movies. And this one really jumped out at me. I love this picture, actually. It looks kind of badass, because you see Laurie Strode in the hospital gown, and she's on the run from Myers. And I've never seen this picture before, from this angle. And I thought it was just badass, actually. I love this. So I figured it'd be a good spot to end the stream and end, I guess, October, right? So there you go, guys. We timed it just about perfectly. I swear I had such a great freaking time with you guys tonight. This was a blast. I hope you guys all have what are you doing for trick or treating? Are you gonna try to take your kids trick or treating if you have kids? I don't think my neighborhood, I've noticed a lot of my neighbors, because I'm on this next door neighbor app. Most of them aren't even participating. So I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be like on Halloween here. It's uncertain. They should put that on an album. I agree. That'd be a great freaking album. But yeah, Voorhees, is that tomorrow? I thought it was Halloween Day, but Voorhees, the fan film's finally coming out. Looking forward to that. A lot of great stuff. But man, I had such a great time with you guys tonight. This was a lot of fun. Next week, next week we're back in November, and it's up in the air. I don't know if we're gonna, because next week is my wife's birthday, so I'm probably gonna skip next week. We shall see. Okay, it depends on her schedule too, though, because she's really busy with school and all that stuff. But we'll figure it out. Chris Snyder, Crow live commentary tomorrow night, so go check that out tomorrow night. Awesome. I tell you, man, the hustle. Chris, I have never seen such a hustle amongst a group of YouTubers before. Young YouTubers. In my 5 years, I don't think I've ever seen a group, and maybe you guys feed off each other, and I do get that. Your energy, you feed off of each other, and I think that's what's going on with you guys. You guys challenge each other and push each other, but man, I'm telling you, I see great things for you guys. I love the drive that you guys have, and you're working for it, and that's one of the biggest pieces of advice I've ever given to YouTubers is work. It ain't easy, and there's no shortcuts. You gotta work for it, and that's exactly what I see you guys doing. I see the hustle. You gotta hustle for it. If you're not annoying people, then you're not doing it right. that's pretty much what this guy again. He's freaking marketing his. That's pretty much what you get when you're doing your marketing. You almost have to annoy people, and that's how okay, this guy's really got a lot of drive, and you guys do. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for all you guys. Seriously. So that's how you do it. Hustle. All right. Anyway, guys, that's it. We're gonna close it off for tonight. Had such a blast with you guys, and I hope you guys all have a great and happy Halloween. Take care of each other, and Yeah, I like all those hearts. Amanda Ray. Okay, bye. Have a good night. Have a Halloween weekend. Love the hearts. Yeah. Heart to everybody. So, take care, everyone. Peace out.